Hello there, thank you for joining me for today's practice. My name's Paula. So today is a nice stretch that we're going to do all on the ground. So perfect if you just want to take it a little bit easier when you're waking up in the morning, or if you're winding down for the evening, or even if you're just watching a little bit of TV and you just want to have a bit of a move around. So let's make a start. We're going to start in a cross-legged position. And I'll mirror you, so you have your right leg in front, and just hands resting down onto the legs, starting to grow tall out of the waist, and maybe closing down the eyes just for the first few moments. Just feeling into your sitting bones, allowing the tips of the shoulders to drop away from the ears. Steady your breathing. This last few moments with the eyes closed. And then let's open up the eyes. Hands onto the knees if they're not already there. We're going to take a cat-cow in our seated position here. We're going to pull the chest forward, draw the elbows in, lifting the eyes up. Inhale. As you exhale, C-curve through the spine. Draw the belly button in, let the chin drop in, and then reverse again. Inhale. Extend it forward. Exhale, draw the navel in, let the chin drop in. And again, inhaling, reach the chest forward, squeeze the elbows in, and then exhale, C-curve through the spine. And again, inhaling, and exhale. Just one more like that. Inhaling, and exhaling. And then coming back up to center, hands out to your side, onto your fingertips, grow up, inhaling. As you exhale, walking your hands forward as far as you can. And you could stay on your fingertips if you feel like you want to be a little bit more active. You can still be quite active with the palms flat. There's a slightly different sensation on your fingertips. You lift underneath the arms a little bit more. The muscles at the base of the neck dropping away from the ears, but growing out of the sides of the body. Reach those sitting bones back. Take an inhale, reach the sternum forward, inhale, and then exhale. See if there's any more space. We'll go one more time like that. Inhale, reach the sternum forward, and then exhale to fold. And then walking your hands back upright. Taking your right hand away from that right hip, left arm up and over, coming into that beautiful side stretch here, that left sitting bone grounding down, and you might be able to drop down onto your forearm. Not important. If your hip's coming right off, then please just stay up on your hand. Maybe the eyes turn to look up towards the ceiling. Breathing into that left side body. And turning the head to look back to center. Bringing that left arm back down, letting the head relax. Imagine someone's pulling you up. Let the head trail behind as you come back up to center. Take an inhale. As you exhale, twisting to the right. Back of that left hand onto the thigh. Looking over that right shoulder. Both sitting bones down, so particularly that left sitting bone. Try not to lift it off. Shoulders dropping away from the ears. Taking one more inhale, grow out through both sides of the body. As you exhale, see if there's any more space to twist. And then inhale, coming back to center. Let's swap the legs around. So we're going to take that left leg in front now. Hands back to the knees again. So we're coming back into this cat-cow action. So we're reaching the chest forward, lifting the eyes, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, C-curve through the spine, draw the navel in, tuck the chin in. And again, inhale, bend the elbows, pull the chest forward, lift the eyes, and then exhale, going the other way. And again, inhaling, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. We've got one more like that. Drawing that chest forward, squeeze the elbows in, Press the middle part of the spine back and then coming back upright. Hands by your side. Take an inhale to grow up. Exhale, walking your hands forward, as far forward as you can, onto the fingertips if you prefer. Thinking about those armpits wrapping down towards the mat, slightly into one another. Press those sitting bones back. Take an inhale, reach the sternum forward, grow out through the spine, and then exhale, see if there's any more space to go forward. Got one more like that. Inhale, reach the sternum forward, and then exhale, see if there's any more space. Walking your hands back up. Taking that left hand away from the left hip, palm down, maybe forearm down, right arm up and over, turning the head to look up towards the ceiling. Pressing down through that right sitting bone. Turn the head to look back to center. Keep the torso where it is. Let's bring that right arm back down. Let the head relax and imagine someone's pulling you up, letting the head trail back behind you. Take an inhale. As you exhale, twisting to your left, back of the right hand, hooking onto the thigh. Right hand behind you, looking over that left shoulder. Trying to drop the shoulders away from the ears. One more inhale, grow up through the waist as you exhale, see if there's any more space. And then inhale back to center. Extend your left leg out to the side. So we're coming into this Janu Shirshasana position with the legs and that right knee pointing slightly out to the side. And then going for your side bend here, sliding the left hand down the leg and extending that right arm up and over. Pressing down through that right sitting bone, turning the eyes to look up towards the ceiling if you can. Keep that left foot flexed, pressing down through the back of the left thigh. One more breath here. And then bring the head back to center, coming back upright, placing that right hand down onto the mat, sweeping that left hand forward. We're going to place that left foot down onto the mat and keep extending this left arm up and slightly back. So you're turning the chest slightly towards the ceiling here. Keep lifting away from that bottom hand. Press down through the outside of that left foot. Inhale. And then exhale, reverse. We're going to sit back down. Sit the hips back down, all the way down, and then we'll swap it over. So bring that left heel in, extending that right leg out to the side. Press down through the back of that right leg, flexing the foot, and then sliding that right hand down the leg, extending up and over with that left arm. Grounding down through that left sitting bone now. I'm trying to turn the shoulders forward and slightly up towards the ceiling. Maybe you can turn the eyes to look up towards the ceiling as well. One more full breath. And then inhale, coming back up, placing that left hand down on the side, sweeping that right arm forward. We're going to come onto that left shin, plant that right foot down and keep sweeping this top arm up and opening slightly towards the ceiling. Try not to let this right shoulder collapse into the ear, or that left shoulder, sorry, I should say. Keep reaching out through that top hand. One more full breath. And then reversing out, so sitting the hips back down, all the way down. And then we're going to just bring that right leg in for a moment. Just take a little moment, just in the center. And then we're going to open out into Upavishta Konasana. So our straddle position. Feel absolutely free to keep the legs in a little bit closer, so don't feel like you have to go too wide here. Flex through both feet, press down through the backs of the thighs. This is somewhere that you could sit on some cushions if you need a little bit more support here. Feeling really free to stay upright. You use your hands behind you, try to lift up out of the lower back. And if you feel it's available, you can start to bring the hands forward and start to walk forward to where you can. You might come down onto the forearms. Somewhere you could use blocks or cushions if you want to rest down. And if it's available and you want to go a little bit further, you might extend those arms even further away, starting to bring the belly down towards the mat. Try not to let the legs roll inwards or outwards. Keep the toes and the knees pointing up to the ceiling. Even, easy breathing. We've got 3 more full breaths here. And walking your hands back up. Hands underneath the legs. Bring the legs in together. Squeezing the knees in. The heels in as close as you can. Give yourself a little bit of a squeeze here. If it's comfortable, just let the head drop down. And then coming back up. And just coming back into a comfortable position. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.